Hello, this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we're doing equations and we're going to be using flowcharts to solve equations. If you haven't heard of flowcharts before or used flowcharts before, it's probably best to have a look at my introduction to this topic, the previous lesson that I did, before attempting this lesson today. Okay, but for those of you that know what flowcharts are, let's have a look at how to use flowcharts to solve equations. For each of the following, we want to draw a flowchart and use backtracking to solve. So we're going to draw a flowchart where we're going to start with K and we want to build up to the expression that we have here on the left-hand side of the equal sign here, on the left-hand side of the equation. So I only have one number here with my K. So here's my flowchart. So I'm going to start with K in the first box. Okay, now what do I need to do to K to build up this expression? Well, I need to subtract subtract 5. Okay, so that will give me K minus 5, which is my expression on the left-hand side of my equation. Now, notice that I've made this 2 rows high because on the bottom, I'm going to work out the answer. So this K minus 5 is equal to 3. So I'm putting 3 underneath the K minus 5. Now I want to do my inverse operation to find my answer. So my operation up here was to minus 5. So the inverse operation is going to be to plus 5 to the 3, which will give me 8. So K will be equal to 8. I'll write that out the side here. Therefore, K is equal to 8. Now, it's always a good idea to check if I put K is equal to 8 into here, 8 minus 5 equals 3, which is what it says here. Okay, so it works. Now, that was only a one-step, what we call a one-step equation. Our equations are going to get much more complicated. Let's have a look at question 2. H over 2 plus 4 is equal to 7. We have 2 numbers here with the H. So H 2 and 4, that's 3 things. I'm going to need to make myself a flow chart that has space for three columns here. So H is my pronumeral. Let's build up this expression. First of all, I will need to divide by 2. That will give me H over 2. Then keep building up. I need to add 4 to get this expression, H over 2 plus 4. Okay, that's complete. That's everything on the left side. That is equal to 7. So now we need to go backwards with our numbers from the 7, doing inverse operations. The inverse of plus 4 is to minus 4, and inverse of divide by 2 is to times by 2. So 7 minus 4 is 3, times by 2 is 6. So that tells me that the answer is H is equal to 6. Let's check if that works. 6 in here, 6 over 2 is 3, plus 4 equals 7. That's right, it works. Going on to question 3, I have m minus 1 over 9 is equal to 2. So 1, 2, 3 things on my left-hand side. So again, I'm going to need 3 columns in my flow chart. M is my pronumeral. The first thing to happen to M is that I'm going to have to subtract that 1. So first thing, subtract 1 will give me m minus 1. Then that whole thing needs to be divided by 9. So divide 9 will give m minus 1 over 9. Now to go backwards, we know that m minus 1 over 9 is equal to 2. The inverse of divide by 9 is times by 9. Inverse of minus 1 is to plus 1. So first of all, starting with 2, times by 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So that gives us an answer that m is equal to 19. Check it in here. 19 minus 1 is 18, divided by 9 is 2. And one more question here on this page. 5 bracket a over 4 minus 3 is equal to 30. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 things. We need 4 columns in this flowchart. So our pronumeral is a. The first thing we need to do to a is divide it by 4 to get a over 4. Then in this bracket here, we need to then subtract the 3 to get a over 4 minus 3. And then that whole thing needs to be multiplied by 5. So we have 5 multiplied by a over 4 minus 3. And that is all equal to 30. Now inverse operations will be divide by 5 plus 3 and times by 4. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. And 9 times by 4 is 36. So A is equal to 36. Because 36 divided by 4 is 9, minus 3 is 6, and 6 times 5 makes 30. Okay, time for you to have a try. Okay, these 4 questions, I want you to do them just the same as I've just shown you. Pause the video, give these questions a go, and then restart the video to see if you got the answers right. So we want to draw a flowchart and use backtracking to solve. First of all, 4a is equal to 20. So there's a 4 and there's an a. There's 2 things. So we need 2 columns in our flowchart. Our pronumeral is a, and a needs to be multiplied by 4 so that we can get 4a. Now 4a is equal to 20, so the 20 goes underneath. And then we need to do inverse operation or backtracking here, where we divide by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So a is equal to 5. For question 2, we have w plus 7 over 4 is equal to 3. So 1, 2, 3 things. So 3 columns in your flowchart. W is the pronumeral. First, we need to add 7 to get w plus 7. And then we will need to divide that by 4 to get w plus 7 over 4. That is equal to 3. Now going backwards, we would need to times by 4 and subtract 7. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 minus 7 is 5. So w is equal to 5. Question 3, 2 outside of 5x minus 1 is equal to 18. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 things, so we need 4 columns to our flowchart. So x is the pronumeral. First of all, the x needs to be multiplied with the 5 to get 5x. Then we need to subtract that 1 off, okay, to get 5x minus 1. And now we have all of that. That all has to be multiplied by 2. So 2 bracket 5x minus 1. Then that is equal to 18, and we want to backtrack. So inverse operation is to divide by 2, add 1, and divide by 5. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. X is equal to 2. One last question. 3 bracket p minus 2 over 4 plus 5 is equal to 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things here. So this is a big flowchart. We need 5 columns. So P is the pronumeral. First of all, the p we have to subtract 2. Let me just do all the arrows here. If we subtract 2, we will get p minus 2. Then that bracket needs to be multiplied by the 3. So that we get 3 bracket p minus 2. Then we have to divide that by the 4 to get 3p minus 2 over 4. And then we have this plus 5 sitting out the end, so we have to add 5 to all of that. So 3p minus 2 over 4 plus 5. Okay, now let's do the backtracking. Okay, this expression is equal to 8. Our inverse operations are minus 5 times by 4, divide by 3, and plus 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 4 plus 2 is 6. P is equal to 6. So that's it. That is how you solve equations by using a flowchart. Join me for our next lesson where I'm going to show you a shorter method to do this. Keep practicing and I'll see you then. Bye.